Before starting the event, I would like to seek the permission of Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir. Good morning, everyone present here. A warm welcome to all the esteemed dignitaries, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir Dr. Piyush Kant Pandey, sir, Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, sir, all deans and directors, respected faculty members, and all the students, those who have joined today. Today, we have all gathered here for an exciting and insightful tech talk organized by Integrity Robotics Club of Amity University, Chhattisgarh. Technology is evolving at an unprecedented pace, and one of the most fascinating developments we are witnessing is the rise of generative AI and agentic AI. Today's session will take us on an incredible journey into the world of artificial intelligence, and we are honored to have a distinguished guest with us to guide us through it. Please welcome Mr. Rupam Bhattacharjee, sir, co-founder and managing director of Ways Ahead Global. Our club has all Our club has always been at the forefront of technical innovation, and the Integrity Robotics Club is a testament to that spirit. This club is a vibrant community of tech enthusiasts dedicated to exploring the limitless possibilities of robotics and AI. Before we move on ahead with our insightful session today, I would like to take a moment to introduce the incredible team behind Integrity Robotics Club, a team that has worked tirelessly to bring this event to life. This club is not just about technology, it is about collaboration, passion, and a shared vision for innovation. And today, we recognize the brilliant minds who make it all possible. Mr. Harishankar Singh Yadav, sir, faculty coordinator of Integrity Robotics Club. He is the guiding mentor and backbone of our club, always encouraging and supporting us to push the limits of innovation. Ayush Sahu, president of Integrity Robotics Club, the guiding force and visionary leader of our club, ensuring we keep pushing the boundaries of robotics and AI. Myself, Shubham Kumar Das, the vice president of Integrity Robotics Club, a strong pillar of support, bringing strategic insights and leadership to the club. Mosmita Barai, Club Secretary, the backbone of our organization, ensuring seamless coordination and communication. Bhavya Bison and Rohan Sahu, the powerhouse of technical knowledge, contributing innovative solutions to our club's projects. They are always ready to solve challenges and drive innovations with their expertise. Next, we have with us Shubham Sharma, the Strategic Outreach Manager, the strategist who help us expand our reach, building valuable partnerships and collaborations. P. Meet and Nawaz Waris, the management expert, the one who ensures that everything runs smoothly, efficiently, managing operations and logistics. Rekha Sahu, creativity and social media lead. She is the creative brain behind all our engaging content, making sure our club reaches and inspires more minds. Last but not the least, we have Anjali Bist, the creativity and social media coordinator. Working alongside Rekha, she ensures our digital presence remains strong and engaging. With that, let's move forward with our event and dive deep into today's fascinating session. To begin this event on an inspiring note, I now invite Dr. Vinay Kumar Singh, sir, Deputy Director, Amity School of Engineering and Technology and Amity Institute of Information Technology, to share a few words with us. Sir.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, my colleagues, and dear students. A very good morning to all of you. The topic of today's seminar or webinar, we should say, is very interesting. Since last, say, 4 or 5 years, we have been using generative AI application already to carry out our daily routine works, be it a corporate, be it an engineer, or a teacher, or a student. But while we are using these things to ease out our work, we should be using it with the caution that whatever the output that you generate with the help of generative AI, the procedure, how the things are being done should be known to you. I still remember an example of one of the students. I gave an assignment to the entire class to write an algorithm, to implement an algorithm in C, for example. And one of the students सबसे पहले करके दिखा दिया कि सर मेरा हो गया। तो मैंने कहा ठीक है, तो बताओ इसमें क्या क्या किया है आपने। क्या देख लीजिए सर, आप कोड देख लीजिए, रन कर रहा है, आउटपुट आ रहा है। मैं कहा ठीक है, आउटपुट सही आ रहा है, लेकिन किया कैसे? यू शुड बी एबल टू एक्सप्लेन इट ऑन द पेपर एंड पेंसिल हाउ द actual code is being executed. If you know that procedure, only then it will be good for you to use such tools. सिर्फ टूल का यूज करके किसी भी तरह से आउटपुट जनरेट कर देना है, दैट इज नॉट गोल। ओके, सो it is use it as a tool, not as a secondary memory. Okay, अपनी प्राइमरी मेमोरी का सबसे ज्यादा यूज करना है, एंड you should be aware of the procedures that are being used for carrying out that task. Generative AI सिर्फ आपका काम थोड़ा आसान कर देगा, it will give you the output in seconds. और जो आज का टॉपिक है generative AI versus agentic AI, we've been seeing in various films in the past, right? In the my college times, I still remember AI agents, the Terminator एक movie है, Matrix. You might have watched these movies, very interesting movies. And these things are going to happen now. After, say, 20 to 25 years, we are going to see such robots who are able to take their decisions just like we human beings do. Suppose if I give you a task, तो आपको उसको plan करना पड़ेगा. This is what this agentic AI is going to do for us. They will think like humans. They will plan what are the things required, what are the resources required, how much time is required to carry out the particular activity. So these things are greatly going to enhance the capability of human. Of course, we do not expect in near future to agentic AI to surpass the human intelligence. बाद में कभी हो जाएगा हमारे बात. So we do not expect in the near future, and we should not be. So today's lecture is going to be very interesting. I wish you all the best. Thank you so much. Now I invite our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, to say a few words for inspiring our students.
A very warm good morning to all sitting in the hall, and also to Mr. Rupam Bhattacharya ji. It's really a pleasure seeing you and also reading your profile. A very highly accomplished profile Mr. Rupam is having. I was shared by the Integrity Club that how exactly and how nicely he has more than 500 plus agentic systems he has made. 3 AI patents he is pending, 5 trademarks, and in fact a huge list of this one. I think after this one, Yadav ji and Harishankar ji might be presenting, so I'll not go into the detail. But really the topic is very interesting and highly exciting. Of course, you are the computer science students, so you'll be knowing it very well. To me, the introduction to the agentic AI was Alexa. How many of you use Alexa or Siri? नहीं यूज किया Alexa और Siri? Nobody. Please raise your अच्छे से उठाओ ना. Yeah, good. Okay, pretty good number. I feel that is one of the best and simplest and the earliest example of agentic AI coming to our homes. Am I correct or not, sir? Kindly correct me. Right? That was one example which has given to us that how, see, ChatGPT and all those things, say that you have almost every one of you is using. But how now the agentic AI is coming so forward, so fast, and Mr. Rupam, the people like Rupam Bhattacharya ji, who has developed more than 500 plus agentic systems, and where the future of the employment and the career and the business is lying. That is the one wonderful, I think, session which you would be going to listen from Mr. Rupam. One more agentic systems, I know it very well, that autonomous vehicle. I mean, without driverless car, I'll simply say. Driverless car are one of the best examples, which is already, in it is already available in the some parts of the world, of course, but they are having issues also. And when I said the Alexa and these one, how many of you know Aria? Have you heard the name Aria? Aria is an example which has uh, very good example of mixing of the generative AI with the agentic AI. Arya is a robot, but she's not a simple AI robot. She's a generative AI robot and having the agentic capability. And the Arya was to, I understand, I had read it somewhere. She was given a task to make a painting based upon a famous painter. I think some lily series of lilies were painted by a very famous painter, and her operator was Emma. So that task was given to the Arya. And initially, Emma gave her certain commands to make it follow the whatever the famous painter has done, and she was the Arya was assigned to generate a new painting on that. What had happened that after some time she followed the Emma's instruction up to some time, and later on she started to deviate from that and started to put her own ideas which were coming to her. I'm using the word because Arya's name is this, so I'll put her on this one. So, which was coming to her, and she started to put her own idea into the generation of that painting. And that painting came out to be far better and far brighter and far, eye-catching than the whatever original paintings were made. So that was given the lilies, water lilies reimagined is, I think, is the name which was given to that particular painting. And that is one of the wonderful example that how when the generative AI meets with the your agentic AI. So of course, there can be ethical issues also may be there. There may be something positive coming out. There could be an issue of a negativity also. So I'm sure Mr. Rupam would be touching upon that. I'm really very happy and I congratulate the Integrity Club, Robotics Club, for coming up with this wonderful session. I'm very sure that all the faculty members and students, please take these things very seriously because now please understand that particularly you as a student, having the BTech degree is not sufficient now. You need to have good command on the at least have the ability to learn the new things fast because world is changing very fast, and therefore you also need to adapt yourself. You need to walk one step ahead of the what is the time is there if you want to really become the great successful in your life. So I wish that each one of you take a lot of interest, do a lot of your personal study also in this area, and get benefited by this activities of various clubs. So I once again congratulate the Vinayji, who's your HOI, and the Harishankar Yadav ji, and all the members of the Integrity Club and the faculty members, those who have come with this wonderful program. My best wishes and welcome, Mr. Rupam. I'm looking forward to, I may not be listening full to you, but I'd be very happy to listen to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for encouraging words. Your support and guidance always motivate us to strive for excellence. Now, I would like to call Mr. Ayush Sahu, President of Integrity Robotics Club, to brief about the event and the guest speaker.
Good morning. As we move forward, let me introduce you all to the heart of today's event, our expert speaker. We are privileged to have Mr. Rupam Bhattacharjee, co-founder, managing director of Ways Ahead Global, who will be enlightening us about the evolving landscape of generative AI and agentic AI. With vast experience and expertise in the field, Sir will help us understand how these advanced AI technologies are shaping the future of technology and automation. After the session, we will have a Q&A session where you can have clarifications, and on the basis of your participation and interactions, you will be given an e-certificate. Thank you.
Now, without further ado, let's dive into the world of AI. Please join with me in welcoming Mr. Rupam Bhattacharjee sir, who will now take over and deliver his session. Sir.
Yeah. So kindly give me access to share my screen. Thank you so much. And I hope my screen is visible to all of you.
Yes, sir.
A very good morning to all of you. And just so I'm truly delighted to be here today, this morning, and I can see the full house. And what a great topic! And thank you all dignitaries and sir for telling us about your experience and definitely putting light onto this particular topic. So yes, I hope I will be able to do justice to this big and I would say a massive topic everybody's talking about today. So yes, generative AI, agentic AI, and the whole new, I would say, the frontier. So that's the topic that we are talking about today. The market is huge. So if I'm talking from the perspective of a investor, I'm talking from the perspective of a startup or a entrepreneur, or for a person who wants to delve into this particular zone, the market is huge actually. But how did it started? Where it started actually. So those are the things, and we will try to, because we will keep it short, because all of you are here to maybe understand various aspects. We will see how we can consolidate whatever we have or whatever learnings we have, and definitely would love to take some of your questions as well. So, talking about generative AI. So first of all, we have to understand that, as sir also said, that this is not a new frontier. This is not a new topic. It is there for a long time now. So now, if I may just correlate with our existence. If you talk about humanity, so 10 million years ago, I'm talking from the world of apes, and then came the gorillas, then the chimps. So you can see that how it has evolved. And then 10 million years ago, humans evolved, humanity evolved. So which was actually might be a genetic accident kind of thing. We don't know. Now, similar kind of an accident or similar kind of a reaction, I would say, or experiment is happening in today's world. And that what is happening is, so now if you look at why I'm giving you this picture is, today, if you see, the gorillas or the chimpanzees are extinct. They are endangered. So, which means that 10 million years ago, the genetic modification that happened and humans came into picture. So, because of these humans, today they are endangered. Now, the next sentence, you all are, I would say, matured enough to understand. We are doing the same thing with the robots now. So, some changes and modifications we have done in our way of thinking, and the robots are born. But we should also learn from the extinction of the gorillas and the chimpanzees. We should not be, we should not be moving out of this planet. We should coexist. And I think everybody would align with this particular thought. So, which means that, I was just listening to the keynote of the founder of NVIDIA last night. And what he did was, he definitely talked about and he showcased his new robot as well. But at the same time, he beautifully picturized what this AI, this entire AI gamut is all about, the evolution is all about. So it all started with perception AI. It all started with concepts like descriptive, predictive, prescriptive AI and all these things. So it was perception. It was only algorithms that was working all around us. For the first time in history, maybe around 10, 12 years back, generative AI came into picture. We know generative AI from the time when OpenAI marketed it. I'm talking about 2022 November. But generative AI is there and was there for a long time now, actually, if you ask me. So, which means that OpenAI started their experiments around 10 years ago. But it became a mass story only in November 2022. Thanks to the social media, thanks to marketing agencies, thanks to PR agencies, that Sam Altman, OpenAI, Y Combinator, these all companies actually came suddenly to the limelight. Now, if you talk about generative AI, if you just try to understand generative AI, so it is actually what it is doing is it is predicting the next word. So, which means that, I would try to, based on my knowledge and expertise, I would try to demystify both these concepts actually today. So, the first thing first, so when we talk about generative AI, if you just break it down to small concepts, to a layman concept, so what I do is I usually try to demystify it at at a kid's level. So, it is like actually telling the next word. What would be the next word? What would be the next sentence? What would be the next character? What would be the next line? So that's what generative AI is all about. It is generating. Now, how it is generating? So it has actually gone through a lot of content, I would say. When I say content, please understand we are talking about the World Wide Web. Now we all know for an instance that the World Wide Web is actually only 5% of the internet. We call it as surface web. We humans, we regular people or the regular users, we have access to only 5% of the knowledge that internet has. Beyond 5%, that is the crust. Beyond that is 25% deep web, where all your banking transactions, passwords, blockchain, and whatnot, these all are operational. And the balance 70% is dark web. We are not going into those details today. We are just talking about surface web. So, which means that these heavy machines, these heavy data centers, these heavy processors, they have actually gone through the material, the content, end-to-end content of the internet. And now what it is doing is, based on whatever we are asking, whatever topic, whatever sentence we are saying, so it is actually just predicting the next word, the next sentence. And we might say that, okay, what is the difference between Google and generative AI or the perplexities and the open AIs of the world? See, today what is happening is, if you talk about humans, so we are actually having a very low concentration power. Concentration power means we are now becoming short memory. People or species. If you see, so there was a time where we used to watch 3 hours, 3.5 hours movie like Hum Aapke Hain Kaun or let's say Sholay. Today, even for a 5-second video, we are not able to stick to, we just skip that particular content. So we have a memory of a goldfish now. So which means that we would love something if something comes to us in a plate. In a Google case, what we used to do is we used to give some thought of ours or some word of ours, and Google used to actually curate the websites. And Google used to say that, okay, this is the library I have. I am the librarian of this world, internet, and I have found these books for you to read. But slowly what happened was we thought that, okay, with the advent of technology, with the advent of automation, and what sir said, rightly said, that your Teslas of the world or autonomous vehicles of the world, the BYDs of the world, they are nothing but robots on wheels. If you look at it, they are actually agentic AIs on wheels. That's what is happening today. So when I close my eyes and when I say robot, so the only thing that comes in my mind is, let's say, two-legged kind of a machine which is walking or dancing or something. No, it is not the case. Robots are all around us. So, as I said, so what happened from the Google era? Somebody tried to say that, okay, what if humans will definitely not have time to go through all these documents that I am curating as Google? So, what I need to do is I need to further go down to these Google websites. And then what if I can curate everything, give it on a platter? Will humans not like it? That was the generation of generative AI. And as sir rightly said, that you talk about Alexa or Siri, that those were the early, I would say, I would definitely say that they were before time, actually. They were before time, and that's why they failed. So today's agentic AI are actually doing similar kind of thing. They are taking your commands and then trying to do the next thing. So generative AI, then we are talking about agentic AI. So the difference is, so generative AI was actually giving sentences. It was actually making sense in terms of chats and content. Agentic AI says that, hold on, I'm not only able to generate something for you, I can write a book for you. It's fine. Generative AI could do that task. I am doing something extra for you. I will be helping you to publish this book and position this book in the bookstores that you want. That's the world of agentic AI. I hope I'm making things very clear to you. But with power, with autonomous power, comes risk as well. And I always try to give one such example, which I love to give. And that's the example of money. That's the example of currency. Please understand this. When money was, I mean, we came into this system after we had the barter system era, and we said that we need something common so that everybody can transact. Then came currency notes and money, right? So at that time, with money came governance as well. In today's world, or even not even today's world, 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, since the time money came into picture, there was governance and there was very, very high and very secured concepts and systems around this governance. So if I even if I even think of printing money and bringing it to the system, I have to think 1,000 times, even if it comes in my dreams. I will immediately wake up. Oh my God, what thoughts are coming to my mind? I can never even think of that. But today's world is completely different. I will cite two examples that will let you think when you go out of this particular auditorium. The first thing is that these agentic AIs are good. They are helping us. But at the same time, we need to follow what we followed for currency, what we followed for money. With money, we brought good governance. We brought good systems to comply with, to look at the compliance part also. That is required with these systems. We talk about generative AI or we talk about agentic AI. Generative AI has its own challenges. What happens is generative AI at times starts hallucinating. I was going through one article yesterday. So somebody wrote to the author that, okay, I liked your thoughts, and actually I was trying to, find this book, but when I was talking to ChatGPT, I asked for best books that you have written as an author, and it gave me 5 books. I could find the 4 books. I could not find the 5th book. And so I had to write to you. Could you please tell me what was the year of this and where I could find this book? You won't believe the author said, I had never written this book. That is scary. Please understand this. So when I asked, give me the top 5 books of this author, the generative AI could find 4 books. But at the same time, it hallucinated me the fifth book. It created of its own and then presented to me. Now, if I blindly go with the flow of generative AI, I am definitely will land up in a black hole. I will definitely land up in a pit. So, as Sir rightly said, that you should use these technologies, but you need to be a bit careful. You need to also have the courage and capacity to do research. So that's where the world will be divided from now. Please understand this, and this is a very important thought. The world is on the verge of dividing. So there will be there will be humans who will do this research part, who will not only look at the output of generative AI, but also take that pain to go back to the libraries, to go back to the scholars, to go back to the knowledge base and verify that. And there will be one set of human beings who will just feel lazy and don't do that task and go by the flow of these systems. If you go by the flow of this generative AI, you are likely to go with the flow of the agentic AI. Imagine. So I will give you a simple example, and I'm going to show you some simple, tools also that you all can use it. But imagine. So suppose the way generative AI hallucinated the fifth book of the author, what will happen if agentic AI would have placed an order for that fifth book? It would completely be a mess. So, based on the fifth book, the agentic, so you said that, okay, I want to procure all the 5 books of this so and so author. It could find 4, it could place the order in Amazon. The fifth book was not there, but it had already swiped your credit card for all the 5 books. Now what will happen? Because you have given the task of procuring 5 books, so it actually goes by your word. So it actually goes by your word that my master has asked me to order 5 books. 4 books are available, it went through. The fifth book will now create a mess. The entire mess will be created by the fifth book. Please understand this. This is very serious. And being in this room, you students, you next generation, you have to be very careful while using these systems. You have to always think about the governance. You have to always think about compliance. Always remember the analogy of money. Always remember the analogy of currency. Governance is very important. So what would happen if I don't get the fifth book? The agentic AI will try, you know what will happen? Agentic AI will find a book of that balance amount on the internet and place that order and bring that book to you. And God knows, I don't know what will happen. It might, I don't know how it will hallucinate. So we have to be very careful while interacting with these AI systems also. The second problem with the autonomous mode is, please understand, and this is again a very interesting analogy. Even if you talk about humans, even if you talk about warfare, even if you talk about even a nuclear bomb cannot explode of its own. A human has to intervene. A human has to trigger that. That was the case with all technology and all science that we saw. A car could not start, a human had to start it. But this is the first time with AI, what is happening is it is taking decisions of its own. You are just giving a task, you are giving a milestone, you are giving an objective to the AI. AI will do everything under this planet, under the sun, to make sure. I'll give you one more example. So, an agentic AI was given a task to break the CAPTCHA of a website. So ideally, we cannot. The moment you go to a website which has Cloudflare or let's say CAPTCHA, it will immediately identify that you are a robot, and it will not allow you to go inside. You know what this robot did? It actually connected to a human being and pretended that and said that. So that particular human asked that, why can't you do, why can't you check the captcha, why can't you get into this, why are you asking me, are you a robot? The robot at that time lied. The robot said that, no, I am a human, but I have visual impairment. That's why I'm asking you to help me to get inside the captcha. Can you imagine how this robot tricked a human and the human helped to break the captcha? So this is really, really scary if it goes in this sense. So now what is the solution? What we need to do? I understand that there is a huge market, key players. It will replace jobs. 92 million jobs will be lost in next 5 years. 92 million jobs across the world. But the good news is 120 million new jobs will be created during the next 5 years. So, as humans, as technology enthusiasts, what we need to do is we need to understand that what is our aim, where we want to go. So, I always give this example to in all my tech talk sessions. See, I feel myself lucky. When I started, till class 12th, I had never seen a computer. Only after my class 12th, only after that higher secondary school, I actually saw a computer. And I'm lucky. I have seen a floppy drive. I have seen a CD. I have seen a pen drive, flash drive. I have seen cloud. I have seen tape drives. And today I am seeing Agentic AI. I have seen the series of the world, and I have seen virtual reality. We have seen the entire gamut from where it started and where it has reached now. And this last 15, 20, 25 years is actually moving at a exponential speed. So as I said, the emerging technologies are coming up, but at the same time, it will impact largely the job market. It will impact the governance. It will impact the bureaucracy as well. It will impact the geopolitical systems as well. So we need to embrace the change. So it's like a very, very thin line between thinking that, okay, we should adopt or we should deny. Now, my answer would be that you do not have two choices. You have only one choice. This is not multiple choice, that whether we should adopt AI or we should not adopt AI. There is no choice over there. The only next point is, how should we adopt? How fast we can adopt? Today's businesses, today's startups, today's enterprises, they have no second choice. It's here. So please understand, if I go back to that particular slide of apes and gorillas and chimpanzees, so when humanity came 10 million years ago, so we did not have any choice. So everywhere we had to use humans. Humans were surrounded everywhere. Today, the same thing is happening. So people think that we are only 7 to 8 billion people on this planet. I say we are wrong. We have equal number, if not more, AIs in this world, AI systems in this world, AI agents in this world. And as I said that, okay, I myself have deployed 500 plus. Imagine if even 20% of the population of this planet per head deploys 500 agents, what will be the number? I can't imagine that number, actually. That's going to be the next world. But now what will happen is there are so many things that are going to come. And the most important implication where we need to put governance and compliance is the concepts of deepfakes. We should be very much aware of these deepfakes. There are tools. If you talk about, some tools are there which can detect the difference between an AI system and a non-AI system. But how long it will be? Because it's a story of a thief and a police. Always there will be a imbalance. You cannot. So the thieves will always try to outsmart, and police can only react. It's very difficult for police to proactively find out. It's very difficult, but it is not impossible. So what we need to do is we need to keep our eyes and ears open to understand what is happening in this world. Some of these real world application, I might, so as I said that, okay, I'm lucky enough in my last 25 years of my career, I have seen a floppy disk also. And today I'm seeing systems without, any storage or something, all serverless, all limitless possibilities, headless architectures. We are seeing it all. But what about the software part of it? Even softwares have been removed. If you talk about, so the concept, I was just going through one of the videos last day. So all of us know SaaS. So we already know SaaS. SaaS means services, software as a service. Software as a service. So I am building a software and I am giving it as a service. I'm not selling that software. This was happening till last December also. But today the world has changed. The meaning or the acronym of this SaaS has completely changed. It has just reversed. So now it is not software as a service. It is services as a software. So you decide what all services you need. I will make a software using AI and my capabilities to fulfill all your services under one software. That's what agentic AI is bringing to today. And be it customer service, be it software development. So I can guarantee that the next target, so the targets, if you can see, and I'll give you some examples over here so that this becomes a very intriguing session today. I'll give you some examples. Where are the call centers today? Call centers are no more to be seen, because all these call centers eventually are getting converted to robotics. First it became IVRs, then it is becoming agentic AIs. We do not have humans. Now what exactly, if you look at the last 25 years, so last 20 years back, there was a boom of call center. But then what happened is, if I may give you that thought right now in this auditorium, it was not the evolution of call centers. It was actually some big players were actually training their models over the last 20 years to replace humans. So they first hired humans, they trained their models, and they were phased out. The same thing is going to happen, and it is happening. The same thing is happening with software developers also. So software developers were hired, they learned, they went through all the books and they gave exams and everything, and they proved themselves to be the best coder in the world, only to submit their code in GitHub. And GitHub is trained every day, every moment on your codes, which are already published. So what you are doing for money, you are giving your knowledge. Definitely, that's an exchange that you have done all these days. But somebody is playing a bigger role. You have to understand that. And how? So I will tell you the reverse thing also. What you can do as students, I will tell you that as well. So now if you just put the thought of BPOs and KPOs 20 years back, today extincted, zero. I think hardly there will be some call centers where we are having humans, but that is going to be the same thing for software engineers also, the software developers also. Sorry to say. What you guys are doing is you are training those models over and again. So today, Even a person who doesn't know how to code within an hour can actually develop a fully fledged application. Go to Mern.ai and watch the video. So there are many such examples. Same thing is happening in healthcare. Same thing. So if I may give you another example, the market. So the people who are into marketing, marketing agencies, influencers, please understand this. So there were situations where if I have to launch a product, I need to hire a model, I need to hire a photographer, I need to hire jewelry, I need to hire a studio, I need to have technicians, cameramen, I need to have lighting, sound effect, acoustics, whatnot. Imagine with one shot, all these jobs have vanished. Today, you can have beautiful models dressed in the jewelry that you want, dressed in the dresses that you want, take the product that you want in their hand, and it could be anybody. It could be like all the renowned people. So if you now see, if you now think from that perspective, I don't know which direction we are going. So the more footprint, so imagine the celebrities, how much digital footprint they have on the social media. Now, if I collect all those footprints and if I train my models, who can stop me from simulating those celebrities to endorse my product? That is deepfake. And that is coming up. Now, with one shot, what is happening is, please understand this, with one shot, with one attempt, I'm removing the cost of the actor, the model. I'm removing all the nakras of the models and the co-actors or the actors, their vanities and all these tents and everything. I'm removing the camera person. I'm removing the choreographer. I'm removing the hairstylist. I'm removing the photographer. I'm removing the cost of the set, the location. I'm removing the costume designers, everybody. Now, if I say over the years, so what we are doing is we are responsible for all these things. Please understand. And we need to strike a balance. Always we need to strike a balance. So we were so enthusiastic that we clicked photographs everywhere and we started posting. We had to because we are being paid for that. But somebody had taken all those photographs and trained their models, trained their agentic AIs, trained their LLMs. And now what is happening? Things are happening for good, things are happening for bad as well. So now what is the solution? The solution is actually to stay relevant. So as I said in my session also today, 92 million jobs are getting eradicated from this planet. 120 new will be coming up. So what you guys need to do? What is the potential that is there in front of you? I always believe, please understand, first thing, I will give my example. I am nobody to give examples of others. I will give my example. Do you think that when I was in college, when I was in school, I was able to speak the way I am confidently speaking in front of you? No. But 25 years earlier, I realized that whatever I'm learning today, this is just a medium to reach that place. Please do not consider that as your retirement plan. I understood that 25 years back, that whatever I will learn, whatever coding, whatever certification, MCSA, MCP, CCNP, CCNA, hardware learning, this certificate, that certificate, these are all my learnings and these are all going to be my instruments. But the skill that I wanted to nurture all these years was to communicate properly, was to present myself, was to communicate effectively. And I'll tell you some of the techniques. I'll tell you what I did. And you all can do that. Take baby steps. There's no hurry. Don't think you are in a rush. Tomorrow the world will end and everything will be I. No. There will be people who will act on it. Governance will come. Don't worry about that. But you do your part. The only thing that is there in your hand is the most important thing is enhance your skills in different directions. And what are the top two directions? Presentation and communication skills. If these two skills are with you, you are presentable, you know how to talk, you know how to communicate whatever you want seamlessly. You all would agree in this last half an hour, 45 minutes, whatever I'm talking, this is not scripted. It cannot be scripted. So we need to just understand how to have better communications, better presentations. What I used to do is whenever I will have a problem, whenever I will develop a solution, whenever I will develop a software, whenever I develop a presentation, first I will either go to, you won't believe, within the family, I used to go to my grandmother, I used to go to my parents and explain that concept. Today I go to my kids. I explain these concepts. And if they say that they have understood, I am confident, absolutely confident. That's the thing that you have to do. So without, taking further time of yours. So what I would do is, I would definitely love to show you some of the tools that might help you in your journey. So I have curated some of them. All of you know tools like, I'll come to this a bit later. All of you know tools like Perplexity, maybe. So OpenAI, everybody knows that. So I don't know how many of you have seen these things in Perplexity. So for an example, I started with one sentence. Remember when I said that, okay, in OpenAI or ChatGPT, even if you talk about Claude, even if you talk about Gemini or DeepMind, not all of these tools are very good in reasoning. So now we have DeepSeek, which is giving good reasoning, and all these things are happening today. But then I like this particular Perplexity because it combines all the features. And I'm going to give you an example what exactly I meant. So when I go to Perplexity, so definitely I have invested in this particular tool. I'm a pro user of this tool. Now, what happens is, look at the features. When I go and start asking questions, I have an option that whether I will be searching through the web, or I will be searching through academic papers, or I will be searching through social media. So if I'm looking for building up a news, or if I'm trying to build up or write a news article or something, definitely I will go for social media because it will give me the current trend. If I'm looking for writing a white paper or a research paper, definitely my search would be academic. But take an example, I'm trying to make a presentation. I'm trying to make a communication or an email or something. I don't need to deep dive. You have to understand when to use what. If I have to write an email, I don't need to go to academic and read research papers to write an email. I can do it through web. So these are the features that we have. And if you look at this option, if you go to auto, see, we have auto, we have pro, we have reasoning, and we have deep search. Understand this. I'm showing you live in front of you. I have taken deep research and I am saying that, okay, can you just just there are some topics, and I say that, okay, can you conduct deep research and share thoughts on agentic AI and its future applications. Something like this. I just gave this. I'm not going to run the entire thing, but what I'm going to do is I gave one. And this is a very generic prompt. I should be writing better prompts. But now what I'm doing is the moment I press enter, please look at this, what happens. It actually does researches. It actually starts doing deep research. It is not giving me a direct answer. Please understand this. It says that I have found various resources. It is now going through all the web content that it has got from all the websites and everything, and it starts getting resources. You can see here, it has actually taken data from 28 different resources, and it is trying to build my answer. It says that it will take some time. You can come back to me. It will take some time and I will generate the answer and then give. So you can see that, okay, it says I have found several information about agentic AI. I'm still searching. I will tell you once I am done. Now it has searched 33 resources, 33 sources. What I love about this particular tool is that it will give me an answer and it will give me specific locations from where it has picked up the answer. This is first example. While it is doing, I will show you the second agentic AI tool, which is Google Studio. You must have heard about it, you must have used about it, but I was intrigued by this particular capacity called Stream Real Time. So there is an option, I'm not going to show you right now, but there's an option you can try that going to Stream Real Time and go to this option called Share Your Screen. I have tried this. Believe me, it is fantastic. You say share your screen, and then you open up a PDF file or a video or a podcast or anything. You share your screen and open it and start actually talking to it. So you are sharing your screen and then sit back and relax and then start asking the agent about the topic that is being shared on the screen. This is amazing. So which means that I can open up a research paper, and then the most important thing is, after opening the research paper, if I want to know more on that particular topic, it goes back to the internet, searches that topic, and then give me the correct answer or correct insight. That is what the future is. This is the second tool. The third tool that I usually use is Zapier. So Zapier is also a great tool for working with agentic AIs. You can create your AIs. You have a lot of templates. I mean, these are some of the popular templates you can see here. So there are templates for lead management. There are templates for sales pipeline, marketing campaigns, customer support. There are many, all of them. So you can see Gmail alerts, updating Google Sheets, everything can be automated today. This is Zapier. Please understand, some of the tools use Zapier APIs in the backend today. So Zapier is the backend tool for most of the agents that you see today. Another, my favorite is Windsurf. So I'm not sure how many of you know and worked with Windsurf. So Windsurf actually allows you, this is a kind of an IDE. What do you mean by IDE? IDE means it is same like your Visual Studio where you code. That's an environment. This is an environment for working with agentic AIs. So what you can do is it can suggest commands, it can run for you. And the new feature, the future that is coming up for software developers, and it would be great if you could work towards that, the concept of vibe coding. So vibe coding is coming up in a big way. So vibe coding is that you write in English language, you talk in English language, and the system automatically generates the code and develops the application based on the conversation that you are holding with the agent. That's the future, right? Now definitely, I mean, there are several other tools. You can go to futuretools.ai and to see all the new tools that are coming up every day. But definitely, I mean, in this particular session, I mean, as you saw, see, these are our agents actually. So there are several. These are just few examples that I'm showing. I'm just showing you one agent, how it works. I'm just clicking on an agent and see what it does. So the agent says that I am very good in screening resumes. So it is screening and evaluating resumes, and it also shows that how it does it. It has got a workflow also. So all you need to do is actually to build up your use cases, to build up your communication, you learn how to talk to systems. So I say in all my sessions, I say that the next generation IT engineers and software developers will be the HR of the companies. They will be the HR workforce, the human resource workforce who will be managing the agentic AI. That's the goal, that's the objective, that's the, I would say, the new normal is coming up now. So all your IT engineers, so which means that you need to be very good in communication. And if you know multiple languages, you can rule the world. Learn some good languages, Spanish, French, or I don't know what, Chinese or Mandarin or Malay language or Japanese language. You will thank me for your lifetime. That's what is coming up next. So we have to be. So now imagine you go to Japan and you know how to talk to AI very well. All you need to know to understand what these Japanese want, and then you translate it and then give it back and then explain it. If this works for you, you have already hit a gold mine. That's what is the next thing. So I thought I'll just share my thoughts, and this is me. I mean, if you have any questions, I'm here. If you have any thoughts around whatever we have discussed, I would love to talk about that. Thank you so much for having me in this session.
That was truly insightful. A big thank you to Mr. Rupam sir for sharing his knowledge and expertise with us. Now it's time to make this session even more engaging. If you have any questions for our guest speaker, feel free to ask. Let's open the floor for question and answer session.
गुड मॉर्निंग सर, माई सेल्फ साकेत सारथी। सर
Mhm.
मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है आपसे। सर रिसेंटली अभी एडवांस एआई सिस्टम लॉन्च हुआ है 6 मार्च को। तो सर उसका नाम था मेनस करके नाम है, एजेंटिव एआई है। सो सर वी वांट टू नो व्हाट्स योर पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू ऑन दैट।
See, that is the most advanced, I would say, agentic AI systems that we have seen till date. Manus AI, and it is an agentic AI definitely, and it is. See, what I feel is the moment there was a moment we called it as open AI moment of the world in history. Open AI moment has been already engraved. Then there was this Chinese tool which was DeepSeek, and then the entire world called it as DeepSeek moment. Now this with Manus AI, we are calling it as the DeepSeek moment for agentic AI. It has got immense capabilities. It can actually not only do reasoning, but it can do tasks for you. Multiple, it has got options for multiple threads running at the same time and then handle multiple scenarios and situations. And at the same time, the most important thing of Manas is actually it can show you what it is doing. So today what is happening is when I showed you perplexity, it was telling you, it was just giving you one sentence that, okay, I'm researching on this library. I'm looking at this book right now. It is just giving you it is just giving you a sentence. But with Manas, what you can do is you can open the browser and you can see, you can actually interact and say that, okay, can you see my browser? It will say, yes, I'm able to see my browser, your browser. Can you do this? Can you do that? So while maybe you are engaged in something, you can talk to Manas and then Manas can actually do the task for you. So that's what I mean, I would say these kind of agentic AIs are up to.
थैंक यू सर।
Good morning, sir.
Good
I am
morning.
Asna Gupta, and my question is that in these recent technology trends, there are many advanced technology. One is AI voice technology from Sesame, which is a generative AI. So I would love to hear about your point of view on these.
See, the next generation, the next tools that are coming up is definitely voice based. And I'll give you two perspectives of it. So when we started, I hope you remember the BlackBerry days. So when we had BlackBerry, after that smartphone came, and then we completely changed the phone. So earlier we had buttons, and now we had only a screen, no buttons. Imagine first time when the smartphone was introduced without the buttons, what was the reaction of public? Today, we cannot imagine a phone with buttons. So the same thing is going to happen with the voice technologies like Sesame. So what is happening is we were used to writing and typing. So eventually what is happening is now we will be able to give voice commands and talk. So behind the scenes, it is conversion of text to speech and speech to text. We all know that. But the beauty will be real time. Please understand this. 5 years back, if I would have given a voice command, the system would take maybe 2 seconds to respond. Today, the response time is in nanoseconds and milliseconds. In future, it will be near real time with negligible delays. So that's where we are going to, which means that so why, if you see now the call center concept that I talked about. So I, as a human, I think I'm talking to a human. But the other side, the processing speed and the response speed and the articulation speed and the understanding concept speed is so fast. I feel I will not be able to even, blink of my eye. I would think that this is an agent. But then I will be hallucinated. Because imagine this conversation. At one point, if something comes in your mind that this Rupam who is sitting on the other side is not a human, is an AI, what would happen to you? Right? There could be a thought. So this is where we will be. Today, you are 100% sure that, okay, I'm a human. 2 years down the line, 3 years down the line, you will not be able to understand that. That's the roadmap that we are going to actually. Thank you for the question.
Okay, sir.
Good morning, sir. I'm
Good
Mansi
morning.
Verma, and my question is, what do you see as the next big breakthroughs in generative AI, and what are its impacts on future industries?
Wonderful question. So, I can give you this example with other businesses. Please understand this. There was a time, I love to give analogy with a very generic approach. There was a time where we had cabs and autos and taxis. Taxis were roaming around. And then what happened was I get a passenger, I take the passenger from one place to another. Or I have a hotel, I will start talking to people, calling people, come to my hotel and then occupy my hotel. I have an event place or something. These were happening at just like at a individual level. If I have a kirana store, I will just put some pamphlets in newspapers and all. Then came the world of aggregators. The aggregators, what they did was, oh, you are standing in that on that road and you're not having passengers or not getting passengers. Okay, I know where is your passenger. I will meet. I will help you, both of you, to meet. And for that, I will charge some money. This is where it started. Earlier, you said, wow, what? Superb. I was anyway standing on this road and I did not know my passenger is on the other road and this tool is helping me. I don't mind giving that money. But eventually, what was happening was you were actually making those companies powerful by training their models, by training their data. Today, the small business people have understood. Today, a taxi driver has understood that if Uber tomorrow asks for 80% of their revenue, they have no other choice, because based on the commitment of Uber, this one taxi driver has actually taken 10 taxis and then running through different people and taken all loans and everything and relying on Uber and Ola. Tomorrow they say, I need 75% of your ride share. Have no answer to that. Same goes with Amazon. So now what is happening with those people is they are realizing that what I had a problem and I thought that's a problem. Today also that's a problem, but I did not deep dive into it. I did not innovate. Rather than what I did was I just put myself in front of such huge data businesses, and they are earning billions, where I am still a kirana store. I am still earning 500 or 1000 rupees in a day. Until and unless the mindset changes of business and entrepreneurs, this is not going to stop. So, coming back to your question, so today what is happening is we are giving our everything to these so-called LLMs, or we call it as large language models. So ultimately, what is happening is, because I am lazy, I cannot go through these research papers. I am so lazy to go to these particular resources. I have an interface. I am so comfortable, write a question and go for a coffee break, come back and see the answers. That's why these LLM models are enhancing. The next thing is, within a year or two, enterprises will realize the problem. And then they will come back to something called SLMs. SLM means small language models. So where what they will do is, I'll give you the breakup, what they will do. They will take LLM as a model and shut down their gate. They will say that, okay, so if you want a persona of Rupam, I have been trained for last 25 years. You will just take me, hire me, and shut down all my resources. And then what you will do is you will ask me to go through only your enterprise data and give answers. Then I cannot hallucinate, because I have to give answers within the enterprise only. But at the same time, I do not have the burden to go through the entire internet. I will have to go only through your data. That's the next thing that is coming up. The world of SLMs and LCMs and all these MVPs and all these things, MCPs and all these things are coming up. That's the next future, actually.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, sir. Very good morning. My name is Kranti Kumar, Faculty Department of CSE. Sir, I have one question is that what are the challenges and roles for the faculties in the world of AI? Because nowadays, many of the students using ChatGPT, DeepSeek, and many things. So there is a little challenge for the faculties and the teachers. So just give the solution for the same, sir.
So I'll tell you, it's all about, see, it all started with knowledge, and it will all move with knowledge also. So everything has a shelf life. I truly believe in that. Everything has a shelf life. So all we need to do as faculties or teachers is to constantly interact with students and say that, okay, what is, I mean, as a parent, I never in my life I would have told my kids, or I have stopped them for anything. No. What I did was, I always said, see, my child, you are at this juncture. If you take this decision, this will happen. If you take this decision, this will happen. Decision has to be yours. That's what we have actually done throughout at least my parenthood time. This is the same thing we have to do. We have to definitely nurture or understand what are the tools and advancement that are there. And then you tell the students that you are standing here. If you go by this, if you go by the world of GPTs and hallucination, you will land up here. And if you strive, if you really want to become somebody, there is no alternate for researching, no alternate for actually doing things of yourself. So as I gave a very simple example, the author had never written the fifth book, but the GPT actually hallucinated. So now what will happen if the student, based on this answer, goes to some exam and writes that these are the 5 books of this author, that person will be immediately, just nullified, actually. So this awareness, the entire world today is seeking awareness. Trust me, today when we go to any company, we are doing a lot of work with Agentic AI and AI. Half of the time, we are actually training and teaching enterprises how to use these systems and what are the benefits of these systems and what are the drawbacks of these systems, what are the limits of these systems. The more we do that collaborative approach with the students, with the users, I think, definitely, if as a student, if I ask 5 things and I start seeing hallucination, I will lose interest in that platform. So we need to be very careful about those things that, okay, it will not help. It will not help. You cannot trust such a model which at any cost, it goes by the objective. As I said, the objective was to break through the captcha. It can lie also. It can hallucinate also. It can do everything in this world to make sure that it obeys its master. If that is the case, then we need to be responsible enough what we are doing or how we are using these GPTs of the world. So that would be my answer.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Hello, sir. I am Kirti Sagar, a BTech CSE first year student. Sir, you walked us through your agents from Ways Ahead Global. I was more curious about how Ways Ahead Global started and what was the objective and thinking behind it.
Good question. So, see, we were always, I'll tell you the 3 pivots that we have done, and many people don't know about this. So, see, we started our journey in 2017. So, right now I'm sitting in Dubai, and I came in Dubai in 2015, and I saw the gap. I saw that, okay, people said that why Dubai? Because Dubai is only meant for 3 things: tourism, real estate, and retail. These are the 3 things. You have IT background. What you will do over there? And there is no demand for it. That's not a Silicon Valley. I said yes. That's where I want to dare, because I know the same reason that nobody is there to challenge me. I have a green field, and that's exactly what happened. You have to dare. So in 2015, when I came, I did that daring, saying that, okay, let me see. I just took it as a challenge. I know. So at that time, they were completely throwing everything to other countries like Philippines, India, Vietnam, Indonesia in the name of outsourcing. They realized slowly that we cannot outsource everything. We need to have that power. We need to understand what we are outsourcing, what we should outsource, and what we should do in-house. So my task was actually to educate some of these corporates. We did that from 2017. We started our company first in Bangalore. And then what we did was I was taking projects from here and we started forming the team. So that was pure play data projects. When I started my journey, I started with data because I had learned in and out of data, data warehousing, data lake development, all your Azure factories of the world and everything, all your the cache or Elasticsearch and all these things. I have done everything. And the best part is I have not read, but I have done hands-on on this. So even after 10 years, you ask me anything about from these all things, I can exactly give you the answers. So now what happened was we started with data. Then on top of data, we started with BI systems, developing BI system. At that time, business intelligence was absolutely on the boom. And then my focus was always retail industry. Retail industry, real estate, and tourism was in the back seat. But retail industry, this place is actually retail industry, actually all everywhere you see. Then we immediately formed a company here because we had to have subsidiary companies and all these things. But at that time, we were just working on data and BI, and AI was just coming. Just coming. 2015-16, I'm talking about. At that time itself, we already had a vertical of AI. We were already making predictive models. We were already, so I am a person who has sat with Microsoft, and we have worked on algorithms together with Microsoft. I work very closely with Microsoft here. So that kind of knowledge. And then what happened was when pandemic came, so we had to pivot because these softwares and all these things, there were no people to use and people wanted to learn. People wanted to excel. People wanted to use that time to learn something. Trust me, for almost around 1.5 years, the company survived only by giving trainings online, that too online. We minted money like anything in that pandemic phase. And when pandemic was over, we realized that, okay, this is the bottom. Beyond this, there is nothing worse. Everything is going to be up and up. And that's what happened. But what happened was after pandemic, the world changed and the world wanted more applications. So we started developing more applications. Which means that we now had understanding of data. We now had understanding of what businesses need and we could communicate with the business also. We gathered use cases also. Then we started developing applications. And then what happened was we saw that there is a problem. The problem is that applications are going to fade very soon. Applications are going to fade. So then what we did was last year we pivoted from those applications and today we are again back to the data, but this time we are actually a agentic and AI and API first company. So we work on headless architecture, we work on Mac architecture. So we just work with enterprises and what we do is we first of all build data lake. On top of that, we build warehouses. On top of that, we build API models, and then we give them any way for consumption. We give them applications, whatever they want, but we engage with third parties to develop applications. We keep the API and database knowledge and expertise and AI knowledge and expertise within the company. That's our proprietary. Rest everything we are trying to collaborate. That's what the business model is for the company. This is how we have grown, and this is what we think for the next 3 to 5 years also, we will be sustainable and scalable.
Thank you, sir.
Anybody else want to ask the questions?
Yeah, we'll just
Hello,
take
sir.
one.
Myself,
Yeah.
Vijay Saha. Sir, my question is, how can students upskill themselves in the field of Gen AI? And what should be the proper roadmap of it?
Okay. Generative AI, see, as I said, we need to focus on the concepts of generative AI, but we should be focusing more on the SLMs part of it, the small language models. Work on RAG models, work on small language models. Today, these models are readily available. All you need to, I'm trying to give you a very simple perspective. Imagine a model which is already trained on the entire world of literature and news and everything. Get that model and then run it through the data within the organization and make it so powerful that it can talk within the company to anybody. That's the field. There you can use generative AI. First, go with generative AI. Don't go with agentic AI first, that you want to solve problems and take actions. No. First thing, imagine there are enterprises which are scattered today. The sales department doesn't know what finance department wants. The finance department doesn't know what marketing team is doing. Right? If you can build that generative models with the data of their organization, you will hit a gold mine. Just apply the concepts of generative AI coupled with the enterprise data. That will give you bread and butter for next 5 years at least. I cannot guarantee after that.
So my question is that as you have joined the retail robot as an AI partner, what way ahead is look forward in being a partner?
Okay, so I hope this is the last question because I need to rush for another meeting. But yes, so to see this event is a very important event for us. So what this event is going to do is we will be showcasing retail tech. So which means that in this particular event, we will be bringing one of our client and we will be there. We will be showcasing the use case. While the retail company will say that, okay, using AI how they have got benefited. At the same time, we will showcase that, okay, with our technology, how the retail is nourishing. So that's what the idea is of this particular summit. This is what we are actually heading towards. This is where we are heading towards primarily.
Thank you, sir.
Feel free to interact with me over LinkedIn. So absolutely, it's open. I mean, this is not the end of our interactions. So that's what I would say.
Now it's time to call Ms. Mosmita Barai to the stage for the vote of thanks and closing remarks.
As we come to the end of this remarkable session, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to everyone who made this event a successful. A big thanks to our Deputy Director, sir, for gracing the occasion. Heartfelt appreciation to our guest speaker, Mr. Rupam, sir, for enlightening us today. Special thanks to our faculty member and organizing team for their efforts. And of course, a huge shout out to all of you, our wonderful audience, for being a part of this event. Let's continue to innovate, learn, and explore the limitless world of technology together. Until next time, keep the tech spirit alive. Thank you and have a great day ahead.
Good.
Thank you so much, sir. Okay, I have a talk for the audience now, since we have concluded the event. So just the Zoom meeting ends, we will display the WhatsApp group QR code as well as a feedback QR code of the event. So on the basis of your responses in the feedback, your attendance for today's first and second lecture will be marked. So please be seated until you fill the Google form, sorry, the feedback form. And the feedback form will be opened only for 10 minutes. Thank you, sir. We are ending the meeting now. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much. Thanks everyone for having me. Thank you. Have a nice day.